IVM.
Hi, welcome to Smile India with me, Shifa Maitra. Hope you're doing well and taking baby steps into the new normal. The reason I say this is because we've all been through a very unusual time, and it's okay to not be able to switch on to normal in a day. Fear is bound to be there, and it's okay if you don't want to hug friends and family. It's not the time to let others' opinions matter. I'm sure it was not easy for IPS officer B. Rajkumari from Andhra Pradesh as well. She was supervising law and order, and with many Indians returning to their hometowns on foot, she was on her toes as well. She shared her personal number with people who needed help. Just as she was turning in for the night at 1 a.m., she got a call from a woman who was hungry. She and 4 other women had just reached the night shelter after a long walk. The police officer said she would get food soon. Her assistant suggested that they send some bread, but Rajkumari said no and went into her own kitchen and quickly rustled up lemon rice made in ghee. She personally drove down to the ladies and made sure they were well fed before they turned in for the night. This lockdown has actually shown us such a wonderful side of police personnel pan-India. Another great initiative that's worth talking about comes from the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. Minister Kiran Rijiju has made sure that any Indian sportsperson who has won a medal abroad is now entitled to a lifelong pension by the government. This would be from the time they turn 30 or give up actively playing the sport. That makes so much sense. The other big announcement is a fund for yesteryear sports people who've fallen onto hard times now. That was totally needed. Well played, sir. Now on to some news about a COVID warrior from Pune. Akshay Kothavle is an auto rickshaw driver who was looking forward to his wedding in the first week of May. That had to be rescheduled due to the lockdown. Work was slow and he gave free rides to pregnant women and old people he saw on the road. But the plight of the migrants on foot shook him up. He decided to use the 2 lakhs he'd saved up for his wedding to feed these people. His friends help him cook and he takes an auto every day to provide a warm lunch to as many people as he can. He's hoping others chip in with money once his gets over so he can continue feeding the hungry. I hope his bride is proud of the man she's set to marry. Another person who's eagerly awaiting normalcy is a 9-year-old girl called Mai from Shillong. It's because her app is ready and will be on the App Store once things get better. The little girl has been learning coding for a year and on her own came up with an anti-bullying app. She faced bullying herself in school and that's why she wanted to do something. On her app, you can anonymously upload information about an incident and the name of the bully. The information will go directly to the teachers in the school and local authorities. Meghalaya's education minister has congratulated her and her parents are beaming with pride. This generation of kids in the digital age are amazing. And here is something that I would like to request everyone to do. Let those children dream. So often we see stressed out adults discouraging young ones, and then they go and watch cartoons instead. As parents, you need to encourage their dreams, however far-fetched they seem. With more of us opting out of parenthood, we can still do our bit for kids. As aunts and uncles, instead of just buying them gifts, let's listen to them. Let the cute tween next door feel like she can come and tell you her plans whenever she feels like. Let your maid and driver get their children over occasionally, and trust me, you'll have a great time too. For more amazing stories from all over the nation, check out my page, Good News Indians, on Facebook. If you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on IVM Network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on our social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, it's at Shifa Maitra on Instagram and Twitter.
I hope you enjoyed that show. We'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Paytm Money. Do definitely check out our social media accounts. We've been doing some really cool stuff over there. There are a bunch of recommendations from hosts. I think you'll really enjoy the content that we're putting out there. And make sure you don't miss your favorite shows. Cyrus Says has been putting out some great stuff, as is the Prakati podcast, all about policy, has been doing some really, really fun stuff. The guys at Football Shitball and Football Twaddle are continuing to release episodes as well, which are really interesting. Best of Anupam's been having guest after guest just killing it. Pulia Bazi's been doing so well. Postcards from Nowhere. All these shows are really, really doing well and really, really putting out great stuff. Appreciate the efforts that the hosts are putting in the lockdown. And thanks for listening, and we hope to catch you again next week.
Are you constantly seeking happiness? Wondering how to make the most of every day? How not to let your inhibitions stop you from achieving your goals? It's now time to get your A game on. It's time to unlock your true potential. Tune in to the Empowering series with me, Zarina Poonawalla, to feel empowered in all genres of life. From behavioral skills to management skills. From health to relationships. From mental well-being to emotional well-being. And of course, your finances. I've got you covered. With these tips and tricks from me, Zarina, and true life stories from my amazing guests, you're bound to bring your purest to the table. Tune in to the Empowering series with Zarina Poonawalla every Thursday on the IVM Podcast app, website, or wherever you listen to podcasts.